So a few meters away from me is the Adabraka police station. In there are loads of policemen there. The police are known as peace officers and they're supposed to keep peace and keep you safe in the country. But over the years, they've come under scrutiny following killings of Ghanaians by some of them. Now, exactly a year ago in Kumasi, for example, some 7 men were shot. The reason, still unknown. A year later, there's still no answers to why they were killed, even though compensation have been given to these families. Their families are questioning why the policemen involved, apart from being reprimanded, have not been sanctioned. Now let's go to the Ashanti region where our correspondent Hafiz Tijani will bring us details of this story from when it started and what the situation is now.
37-year-old Humu Abubakar is still reeling from the effects of the July 17 incident. She shows me the picture of her late husband, Musa Seidu. He was part of the 7 Zongo youths killed by police at Mansun Kwanta. Mohamed Kamal, Babunt Farah, Mohamed Bashir Musa, Razak Sule, Oliver Kolang, and Abdul Hanan Bashir were the other victims. The killing triggered a civil revolt. Residents, mostly the youth, violently protested the deaths, insisting the 7 young men were not armed robbers as the police had alleged. A committee was subsequently set up to investigate the killing and 250,000 Ghana cedis paid to the bereaved families, each as compensation. At the time, the country's leader, Nana Akufo-Addo, called for calm and assured the bereaved families that justice would be served. It may be a year, but for Humu, it happened just yesterday. She simply can't forget.
I always feel sad because he's with me always, but now when I look around, I can't see him again.
A petition by a local architectural firm addressed to President Akufo-Addo lists a total of 12 projects the government has awarded to David Adjaye's firm, Adjaye and Associates. Key among them is the infamous National Cathedral and the Marine Drive project, as well as the Trade Fair Center redesign. The fiercely opposed new parliamentary chamber pegged at $200 million is also awarded to Adjaye and Associates. Others include the Airport City Design 2, GNPC Head Office, International Cancer Center for Children, and even the redevelopment and expansion of the Ghana Embassy in the US. Local architectural firms such as Design Associates Development Consortium says this tall list is an indication that the government has a soft spot for the Ghanaian-born British architect. The firm in its petition to the president cited multiple reasons for which Adjaye and Associates does not qualify to be awarded such contract in Ghana. It claims that Sir David Adjaye, who is the principal architect at the firm, is not licensed to practice in Ghana under the Architect's Decree 1968 NRCD 357 as amended. This, the president of the Ghana Institute of Architects, Richard Nidade, says is worrying. For the Institute of Architects, the government's current posture creates an impression that local architects are not up to the task, a notion it totally condemns.
Now let's move to some other stories where the Sandema Technical Secondary School has been shut down in the Upper East region for 2 weeks following clashes between the cadet of that school and the police. 1 person has been killed so far following those clashes. There's more in this report.
The misunderstanding between the school's cadet corps and the rest of the students' body occurred at about 9 p.m. yesterday when members of the cadet accosted 9 students on their way to their dormitories after prep hours and punished them for returning to their dormitories after preps. Even though a housemaster later freed the 9 students, the news about their punishment did not go down well with the rest of the student body, who massed up to confront the cadet. But a timely intervention by the patron of the cadet calmed down the situation. At about 10 p.m., students heard the presence of the police in the school and came out in their numbers towards the dining hall. But police fired warning shots to disperse the crowd. This led to a confrontation with the police, leading to the death of Abdullahi Jadil Nashiru, a first-year general arts student. The students set ablaze motorbikes belonging to some teachers and also smashed a vehicle. Speaking to City News after an emergency district security committee meeting, Bulsa North District Chief Executive David Afoko said the decision to shut down the school for 2 weeks was in the interest of both students and teachers.
Ghana Institute of Architects has marked David Adjaye and Associates as an unregistered firm, making it unfit to operate here in Ghana. It has emerged that the firm only has a temporary registration to operate here in Ghana. This information is coming after government awarded 12 projects to this company. My colleague Ni Ama has more in this report he filed.
Today is exactly a month since CCTV's war against indiscipline hit the roads. In recognition of the campaign to check road traffic regulations, the violations of same, the Ghana Police Service has announced the setting up of a traffic enforcement unit to collaborate with the station to check acts of indiscipline on the road. The police, in a statement, says the exercise has so far earned the state over 258,000 Ghana cedis. The amount was realized from 499 drivers who were arrested for breaching various traffic regulations on some roads in Accra. The police service says the exercise will continue to restore sanity on our roads. Let's look at this report about the campaign so far.
The War Against Indiscipline campaign was launched on May 13 by Managing Director of City TV and City FM, Samuel Atamensa.
We keep recording high incidents of accidents, reckless accidents, avoidable accidents, motorcycle accidents. A police officer was telling me last week that there's not been a single day, and she meant it, a single day that they haven't recorded motorcycle accidents in Accra, which means that it's gone beyond the normal.
This was followed by a consistent on-air reportage on the need for road users to be responsible and for law enforcers to be up and doing.
It was like there's no law in the country. Why hasn't the IGP moved into the situation? What is he waiting for to ask his people to enforce a basic traffic law?
Along the line, listeners and viewers were encouraged to record errant motorists in a name and shame campaign. This went on for weeks, but as warnings do not change people as much as punishment does, a City TV crew, in partnership with a traffic enforcement team from the police headquarters, hit the roads, checking road traffic violations and other acts of indiscipline on the roads.